Okay, guys, we're going to deal with nets and surface area today. So we're on lesson 14. It says, let's use nets to find the surface area of polyhedra. So you're just kind of watching and listening. A net of a pyramid has one polygon that is its base. So that polygon is that shape that you see right there. It says the rest of the polygons are triangles. A pentagonal pyramid and its net are shown here. So this is it in 3D. That's what we've been dealing with. And then what you see here, that is its net. So if we were to lay that 3D shape flat, this is what its net would look like. And that would be the pentagonal pyramid. Okay, and then now you have a prism. So remember that that's different than the pyramid. So it has two copies of the polygon that is its base. So that's going to be that there and that right there. So the rest of the polygons are rectangles. A pentagonal prism and its net are shown here. So remember that this is it 3D and the blue is its net, right? So it is if it were to be flat. And then the rectangular prism, which is what we've been dealing with the most, there are three pairs of parallel and identical rectangles. Then it says any pair of these identical rectangles can be the base. So these kind of orangish, that can be a base. The greenish color, that side can be a base. Or kind of the front of it and the back, that blue, that can also be a base. Okay, and what's going to happen today is pretty much this slide right here. So it says, because a net shows all the faces of a polyhedron, we can use it to find its surface area. For instance, the net of a rectangular prism shows three pairs of rectangles, 4 units by 2, 3 by 2, and 4 by 3. Okay, so that's kind of what you're seeing right here. So this is the 4 by 2. This is the 3 by 2. And then this is the 4 by 3. And to me, when I see a net, to me, surface area is easier than the 3D shape. So remember, we would find the area of the green. And remember that there's two sides to every one. And the green. And we'd find the area of the blue. And then we would find the area of the yellow. And we'd add them, which is what we have been doing. Now it's just going to be flat rather than 3D. Pretty much it's the same thing you've already learned. So we're going to match nets. So you're in your book and you're on page 89 at the top. And it says each of the following nets can be assembled into a polyhedron. We're going to match each net with its corresponding polyhedron and name the polyhedron. Be prepared to explain how you know the net and polyhedron go together. Okay, so we're just pretty much going to match these. So you're on page 89. Okay, so A matches with pyramid 3. So 3, notice how it has a square bottom, which is the square base. And then it has these 4 triangles. So that is why A matches with 3. So next to A, you should write a 3. So the B one, B obviously matches with 2. So remember that it has 4 kind of longer rectangles, and then it has 2 of these cubes that you see right there, which would be this shape and that shape. So that's why they match. For letter C, it would match with 4. So take note of the base. That's pretty much what I usually start with. That base right there is actually that shape there. And then if it's triangular on the bottom, the base, then we will go off of it with 3 separate triangles going up for the pyramid. And then letter D is going to match actually with 5. Okay, so this rectangular shape here is the rectangular shape that you kind of see right there. And then the triangle's right there, and then that triangle's right there. And then E to me is the easiest one. That's a cube, right? So that would be number 1. Take note that this base here is this base here, and then they flattened it. So in your homework, you'll need to match shapes is what you're going to be doing. Okay, so now it says using nets to find surface area, and we're on 14.2, page 89 at the bottom. So we're going to do number 1 and number 3. So page 89, name the polyhedron that each net would form, and then we're going to find the surface area. We're going to only do A and B when we're doing this, when we're finding the surface area. So for number 1, it says name the polyhedron that each net would form when assembled. So this here, that is what we call a rectangular prism. That is the name of the polyhedron. This one here would be a square pyramid. Remember, pyramids are named on their base. So that's why it's named that. And then this next one would be triangular prism. What would happen is these triangles make it different than what you see in letter A. So under number 1, you're going to write rectangular prism, square pyramid, and triangular prism. Those are the names of A, B, and C. All right, so now we're going to find the surface area for A. Okay, so what's going to happen is if you were to count these, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 6. Okay, so we're going to find the surface area, we're going to find the area of those two first. So 6 times 5 is 30. So this one's 30, but remember that it has a pair. So this one's also 30. So there's 2 30s that we're factoring in. Okay, and then we're going to deal with this. So this is 1 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 by 5 is 5. And the same thing over here. So this little surface area is 5, and this little area is 5. Sorry, I keep saying surface area, and that's not right. It's area. So this is 1 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this little guy's area is 6, and then this area is 6. So 1 by 6 is 6. And then there's another 6. So what I like to do is I normally just add all of the things that I circled in the shape, but I also kind of have it listed here for you. So if we were to add all of these, you would get 82. And that would be the surface area for the entire shape. Okay. So now we're going to move down and we're going to do B. You're still on the same page. Okay, so now we're doing B. So we're going to find the surface area. Now, the first part is easy, right? We want to find that square. And that square is 4 by 4. So 4 by 4, we know is 16. So the area for that square is 16. Now what I need to do is I need to find the area of all these triangles. Okay, so this is 4, and this height here is 4. So for the triangle, 4 times 4 is the 16, but I need to divide that by 2. And I would get 8. All right, now the good news is this area is 8, but these triangles are identical. So these are all 8, so we don't need to do a ton of math. Okay? So we just need to add them. We need to add 16, 8, plus 8, plus 8, plus 8. And that would give us the answer. And you would get 48. So that would be the answer for the surface area of B. Okay, and then the last slide here. For each of these nets, decide if it can assemble a rectangular prism. Okay, so this one is incorrect because this should be looking like that, and this technically should be down here. So that makes that incorrect. B is incorrect because there are no cubes, right? Remember a tissue box or the rectangular prism, it has those 2 squares within it. C is correct. It has the 2 squares I need, and it has the 4 rectangles that I need. So that works. And then D is incorrect because it's missing this right here. It doesn't have enough faces. So that's why it's incorrect. So you should be circling letter C. All right, you guys are going to join the meet and we're going to start our practice.